John Schneider, thank you for doing this. Manager of the first place Toronto Blue Jays. I know there's 75 games left, but I mean,
Don't jinx it.
how's it feel?
It's nice to be here. I think this is where you want to be every single year, and to be here and coming off a hard-fought series against the Yanks, it's pretty cool. Now it's just a matter of continuing to do what got us to this point, and confident that we will.
What did you think of the energy? I mean, the games were intense, like you said, 3.5 hard-fought games, but 2 sellout crowds, the Canada thing with holding on to the flag, and what'd you think of the crowd?
I thought it was awesome. Playoff atmosphere. Canada Day is always special here. I thought we did a great job with the pregame ceremonies, holding the flag, fly over, the whole thing. The crowd here is unique. It is one of the loudest places, I think, in the league when you're really in the race and when you're putting a good product on the field, which I think we're doing both of those right now. So it's fun to have the support of not only the city but the country.
You were here in 21 when down the stretch things were tight, but there were only 15,000 people in the place, right? So what was the difference?
Yeah, I mean, the noise, obviously. I mean, you could feel the energy that year just because we were so excited to be back here after not being here for a long time. But it's different. It's different when you look up and you see every seat packed and you see people on their feet and you can hear the excitement. We thought it was cool in 2021, but I think when you get a full house in here with the stadium looking the way it does now, pretty hard to beat that feeling.
George Springer had a really good week against the Yankees, right? He had a really good week on Tuesday. Yeah. What can you tell us about a guy who a lot of people were, left for dead after last year?
Yeah, I mean, just perseverance. George is such a kind of a unique athlete. He's still fast, he's still strong, and I think had a little bit to prove after last year, where a lot of people probably wrote him off. And he's getting older, but I think he's getting a little smarter and not being afraid to make some pretty deliberate changes with his swing this offseason, and it's paying off. It's paying off for him, paying off for us. He's in a really good frame of mind. And I think that was the biggest difference. That's the biggest difference now compared to last year. I think he let things kind of snowball on him last year in a down year for him and a down year for us. He's been instrumental with what we've done so far.
Last thing I want to ask you, and you're not going to be able to name all of the unexpected contributors, but you got the best record in the major leagues. We're not jinxing anything since Bo hit that home run in Texas.
Yeah.
23-10. Alejandro Kirk spin out of his skull. Ernie Clement, Addison Barger, Braden Fisher, Yariel Rodriguez. You've gotten all these guys who you hadn't expected. Is there anyone who really stands out with boy, we'd be lost without this guy?
I mean, the ones you mentioned for sure. I'll throw one out. Our starting pitcher tonight, Eric Lauer. I think kind of gets forgotten in the grand scheme of things because he doesn't play every day. What he's done to kind of stabilize our rotation with some guys being out has been nothing short of tremendous, if I can say that. Kind of a journeyman guy and real good feel for pitching. And, when you were attacking that day, every fifth day, it can get a little tricky. And I think what he's done is kind of stabilize that spot and has really allowed us to continue to thrive when guys have been out.
Yeah, he's been tremendous, and he was the one I was going to slide in there right at the end of the question.
And you can really talk about the other guys too. I mean, when you look up and you don't have Varsh, you don't have Tony, you don't have Max, you miss Sandlin for a month, you miss Yimmy for a month. You need stories like this. You need Lukey, you need Straw, you need Schneid, you need Fisher, you need Yariel, Heineman. It's kind of everybody. You know what I mean? Which is really cool, and I think that the guys have grasped onto that being kind of how we do things. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it has. All right, now go win 50 more.
Yeah, no problem, right? Thanks, Mike.